Hi, good afternoon, all. Let's take another 2 minutes and maybe then we can start the sessions. Yeah. So let's wait for another 2 minutes for the participants to join. Uh, just let me know if you can if you can hear my voice. Yeah. If anybody can write something as yes. I think there would be an option for you to ask questions. Maybe there, if you can write something like yes, if you're able to hear me. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, just let's give another minute or so, and then we can start with our session today. Thanks. Okay, okay, cool. Maybe without wasting much of time, we can start today's session. So, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Anuj, and today I would walk you through why you need to do CPA. How is it different? How much time does it take? How many examinations are there? So we'll talk about all those brief information. Uh, I've been into this industry, like this banking industry, for almost like 14 plus years of experience. I have like a area of experience into financial reporting. Then I have regulatory reporting. I did regulatory change implementation, Basel 4 implementation for a few of the big banks. Uh, yeah, so and also current yeah, so I did assurance services also, some kind of internal audit for big banks. So primarily regulatory reporting, financial reporting, capital planning, all these are my area of expertise. By professional credentials, I am a CPA, FRM, MBA Finance. Yeah, so that's my credential. Yeah. So without wasting much of the time, let's start the presentation. So maybe if you see our agenda, so why USCPA? Okay. About the requirement, structure, content, and why Becker, why you won't choose Becker. And if you have any questions, we'll try to cater those questions in today's session. So why USCPA? What could be the benefits and opportunities? Yeah. So never so it's almost it's an equivalent of, like, say you have a CA here in India, you have CPA US there. So it has its own licensing governing body. So once you clear the examinations, there are like certain criterias, then you get the license, so you can do your practice as well in US jurisdictions. So it's a similar, like the way it's in CA in India. And as you know, US being the biggest economy, and you have US companies all over the world, so you can understand like the requirements for CPA. And yeah, so and, even if you go to the job sites, you can just search for the CPA requirement. There are abundance of requirements, be it in India, be it in abroad, be it like Middle East. You there are like a lot of opportunities available. So if we talk about like supply and demand, which I was talking about, like the employment of accountants and auditors, it's estimated that it will grow faster through 2020 than any other occupation. So that's some kind of a survey which is telling us that the demand for the accountants, and especially the competent accountants, I would say, demand would always remain high. And best prospect for those who have college degree and professional certification, especially a CPA. According to AICPA, this is a governing body. The way you have like Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Similarly, you have American Institute Certified Public Accountant. This is the one which governs like examination. So they are saying, as per their survey, that 70% of today's CPAs will retire in over the next 15 years. So you can understand the demand which would be that's a forecast, like the competent accountants demand would be quite high, and you have a bright prospect. Changes in technology and regulatory environment, higher earning potential over the course of their career, estimated US $1 million difference. So, as I was telling, I started with my career with financial reporting, then I moved to regulatory reporting, and even in the regulatory reporting arena, it's a bit different from the financial reporting. However, the base is always your financial numbers, and then there are a few adjustments which are made. So you will see 70% of the people who are into regulatory domain are generally like the accountants. Maybe they have like little bit more certifications, or they have some kind of an experience, but they are accountant. So you just don't have in the financial reporting because your regulatory environment is dynamic. There were like few crises which happened because of that. If you know, IFRS 9 came into picture, which is more prospective than because generally the if you see historical accounting books, it's generally like as of date numbers, or what was like a retrospective numbers, that is what's shown in the balance sheet. But IFRS 9 asked you for doing, you have to use the models more like a prospective numbers, your prospective estimations of the losses. It's more about the model related. So accounting has evolved. It's not the way it was maybe 5 or 10 years ago, due to many changes across the globe which happened. And also regulatory reporting, like Basel norms came into picture. These all norms came into picture because banks were defaulting, and they were getting bankrupt. So all these regulations came into picture, and regulators wanted more and more of reports to be submitted to them, more and more like models, and more and more like scrutiny was there. So they need more and more of competent accounting to prepare the reports to answer the queries of the regulators. So you can understand that it's not just the accounting world. You open your opportunities in regulatory environment as well. And also changes in technology. Uh, as we know that the changes in technology have also played a major role, and the accountants which we are getting, they have some kind of technology technical knowledge as well. So good. Then going to the next slide, like finance and accounting skills in demand. So what kind of accounting skills are demand, like business and financial analysis. So as an accountant, you have that competency to do that financial analysis, breaking down the numbers in balance sheet, P&L. And yeah, so that is always the core competency of the accountant. And then risk and compliance, what I told you about Basel norms and other norms which came into picture. So that is also primarily like, and audit is especially like audit accountancy. This is the core of any CPA or accounting course. And then financial management and control, treasury and tax, also you will find a lot of accountants working in these CPAs, especially CPAs working in these particular domain. Good. Then about benefits and opportunities, relevance of USCP, as I already told you, being a US such a big economy, its companies are all over the world. In fact, you talk about in India as well. You talk about major corporations, be it Google, be it Amazon, be it any company, be it State Street, be it Goldman Sachs, yeah, and big MNCs as well, like big banks as well, Wells Fargo. These are like big banks, and they're recruiting in bulk. And when you're talking about US bank, they have a preference and inclination. If they're hiring for a finance professional, they definitely have an inclination towards US CPA. So getting a US CPA would open that opportunities, a lot of opportunities for you in several MNCs, not even just US. Even if I talk about, I have been into German banks. I've seen a lot of people being CPA hired there. Yeah. So even the European banks somehow would always give you that preference if you are a US CPA, because kind of like if you are a CPA from US, they consider you as a benchmark. Yeah. Then a relatively short time to complete. One of the best advantages of US CPA, if I compare with our own like accountancy courses. Our accounting courses may take years and years to do it, but US CPA is something different. You just need to pass 4 examinations, and my personal experience is I did it in maybe 12 months. So generally it takes like 12 to 18 months to complete it. You can do it sooner as well if you have a lot of time. So I was working. To be very frank, my friends were working, whosoever have cleared it, so it's quite doable while you are pursuing your career as well. It's quite doable. It takes you have to be dedicated. You have to study regularly. That's the minimum requirement. However, if you show that commitment, it's quite doable. Yeah, and it's quite doable in 12 months. I mean, some people have done it in 8 months as well. So that is, and within 12 months you are ready. You're ready to in the market to get employed in big MNC. So that's the biggest advantage, I would say. Then diverse opportunities, as I already told you, it's not just US bank. Be it you talk about Middle East countries, they are also relying on they have the Middle East company like banks, Meshreq Bank and Middle East Bank. You see a lot of CPAs working there in those banks, and interacting with the regulators of Middle East. Yeah. That's the kind of, be it Middle East, be it European bank. I already told you. Global recognition, reputation, strong leadership, business savvy, communication skills, technological know-how. These are like extra competencies which are always required at so yeah. So if even if you become a CPA, you should always think about upgrading yourself, upgrading yourself with technologies and other things. But keeping that in mind, yeah, you get those diverse opportunities. And one of the other highlights I want to tell about here is if I compare it with our own accounting professional bodies, AICP is quite flexible. Yeah, not just for examinations, not just like time 8 12 months. The other flexibility which I think is when you are ready, then you can give the examination. That's the biggest flexibility I thought. Because I was working, there could be like a few months where I would not be able to devote time. I knew that, especially in the quarter months. So I used to sit for the examinations in those non-peak periods. So maybe I would not sit in April because that's the quarter end. I always tried in June. So June I would be able to get my like leaves from my organization, and it would be a lean period for me to focus. So that was one of the biggest advantage which I believe helped me to pass the examination in one go and within 12 months. So in my time I had to go to US to give examinations. So I went there. I took 2 weeks holidays. And also one thing is like you don't need to give back to back examination. That was also very advantageous because I gave one examination. I took a 1 week gap. I revised myself thoroughly in those 1 week and then went for the other examination. And these little difference make a huge impact. Yeah. If you have a back-to-back examination, I know I have done like local accountancy. I cleared that as well. So I know like back-to-back, it's very tedious to remember all the concepts and everything after just after the examination. Even if you have a 1 day gap, sometimes I feel it's not sufficient to thoroughly go through all these subjects. So that is the flexibility also gives you an advantage, and that could be the reason that passing percentage is quite high as compared to like our local accounting bodies. Yeah. So always leverage these whatever like opportunities which is being provided by ACPA. So if you leverage these opportunities, you are thorough, you are committed, the probability is more than 90% you will be able to clear the examination. Let's go ahead and talking about the opportunities. Let me see if anybody has any questions till now. Okay, good. Okay, good. Then talking about the opportunities. So Barclays, you can go to any site, be it Indeed, be it Naukri.com. You just type in CPA, you will find a lot of opportunities available. And even if CPA is not explicitly written, I know resumes get shortlisted for CPAs, CAs, and CPAs and ACCAs. Okay, so I have seen in my career I have been into different organizations, and this certification has definitely helped me to get into different experience was also there, but this helped me get my resume shortlisted even at the higher level. Yeah, I would say at the middle level, mid management level also, my resumes are getting shortlisted, I would say, better than the people who are not CPAs or CAs. I would say that definitely that's the case. But then after your resume shortlisting, it's all about you, how you give your interview, how what kind of an attitude you show, what kind of a competencies you have. That's the other matter. But it gives you that opportunity to get shortlisted, get to the doors of the MNCs, and at the lower level, definitely they don't have that kind of an expectations, so it's easier to get in. Good. So if you see VP Financial Control, you see they're asking for accounting, qualified accountant, be it CA, CPA, ACCA, and experience in month-end closure. So this is some kind of a financial control and reporting work. I go to the next slide. Next slide, it talks about Mcafee, senior accountant. Again, for the senior accountant, they are asking for CA or CPA or CIMA. CIMA is from UK. Okay. Then if we go to the next one, KPMG, uh, big fours anyways, you find a lot of CPAs. Um, I don't need to mention that. Be it KPMG, be it Ernst and Young, be it your PwC, yeah, be it Deloitte, and be it Productivity, you find a lot of CPAs working there. In their audit function, assurance function, in their financial reporting, and many other areas. The big fours are not now just not limited to just audits and assurances. They have like array of services. They are providing management consultancies. They are providing risk consultancies. There are a lot of consultancies which came into market providing risk services. There are also a lot of CPAs, CAs are working with them. Talk about Access, AXA, risk management services. Then there were like a few which recently got opened, and they have like they have growth like maybe 1,000% growth in just like 2 or 3 years. I don't even recollect the name, but that was primarily focusing on risk consultancy. So you will see this, our like financial finance professionals like us, CPAs, are working there. Yeah, yeah. So going to the leading infrastructure companies, so there also you'll find CPAs for maintaining their financial books. Amazon, anyways, it's one of the largest US company. So here also they are looking for some like a degree in accounting or related field with sufficient experience to sit for the CPA examination, a CPA license. Yeah. So see what kind of they're just telling that a person should have a competency to sit for the CPA examination. They are not even asking for a person with CPA credential. A CPA license is not required for this position. So yeah, so uh, so so when you have that CPA tag, so that a prestigious tag it is. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Core Energy senior managers, here also you will find CPA. So or this is one of the group holding internal audit manager in Middle East. So I already told you Middle East uh, is one of the areas where you will find a lot of Indian accountants as well, Indian CAs as well working there in their local banks, and also a lot of CPAs as well. Yeah, in the current like maybe in 3 or 4 years, a lot of CPAs they've asked a lot of CPAs to join their banks. In fact, like uh, I would not boast myself. I got like 2 or 3 calls from the Middle East banks, but due to some personal reasons, I cannot leave India. So as of now, so that's the reason I didn't went in. But that's my like I personally felt that, and I have seen like few of my friends are working in Dubai, so they are CPAs. Yeah. So let's go ahead. NTS Group Controller University degree again. it's ACCA, CPA, so they want competent accountants there as well. Good. US CPA always in demand, yeah. So if you see hiring at glance, so in demand certifications, yeah. So number one is CPA, then MBA is CFA, CGMA. CGMA is like from UK, yeah. So the way it's in US, it's CIMA, management accountants, and CIA, internal auditors, CISA. So good. So you have CPA as number one here, if I see it like that. Okay, good. Then going to the next slide, hiring out like in Shanghai. So this is new for me. I never saw like something like coming from Shanghai, China. So as China is also, like it's much bigger economy than us, and there are like a lot of multinational companies in China. A lot of my clients, even though they were UK citizens, were living and residing in Shanghai and other Zhongguo and other provinces in China. So China is a big player, yeah, in the market. You need to acknowledge that. So here, like they here as well, they are asking for somebody with CPA and AI CPA. Yeah, so they are also like asking for a qualification of AI CPA. Good. Okay, nice. Then going on to the details. So we already so there's no doubt CPA's prospect is quite bright if you clear your examination, which is quite probable. The good thing is if you leverage the kind of flexibility which is given by this authority of AICPA, and you are a bit committed, you can easily do it with your current jobs. I wouldn't recommend you to quit your job and 100% focus on CPA. 99% of the people do it with their jobs. So that way you have your if you have a job right now, so yeah, so you have your experience backing, and then you have a certification that would help you command better salary as well, yeah. So that's my recommendation. And there's no dearth of opportunities after you clear it. So we already talked about it. Now let's see on the process, like how many examinations are there, what is like eligibility criteria for you to sit for CPA examination and other things. Yeah. Okay, cool. So before that, yeah, so there are no questions. Okay, good. Then obtaining your CPA license. So CPA license is it's little different. In India, you have one authority, yeah, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. If I talk about CA, so that is the governing authority. That is the one which like issues the license to the prospects. But in US, it's little different. Every state has its own power, and the state is the one which grants license. So examination is governed by AICPA. So examination is same for be it you sit from California, be it you sit from Alaska, be it any state, New Hampshire, be it the smallest or the largest state, it doesn't matter. The examination is the same. So that's governed by AICPA. But when you go for the licensing, if you pass the examination and you're keen to get the license, so first of all, let me tell you, once you are through the examination, you are ready for the market. You don't need to get the license. License is only required when if you are doing some audit function and you are at the level of a partner or a senior executive where they require your signature, which wouldn't be the case as of now. If I until unless we have a very senior folk here, or you are in US and you want to have your own partnership created. So that's the only area where your license is required. Otherwise, just passing the examination, you are market ready. That is one thing I just wanted to focus. And after the examination pattern is similar, be it any state, once you pass the examination and you think you want to apply for the license, then so there are procedures. So every state has the procedures are almost same, but every state could have a bit of a requirement. Few states would also few states would ask for the ethic examination, extra examination. That is not an examination. You just buy a software, and you give the examination. Even if you fail, you can give it again. So it's not the examination. I would say you need to pass some ethics so that you know about the ethics and other things. So that could differ, but otherwise it's almost same. So first, education is required. So education is, there's a minimum education requirement for enrolling for CPA examination, and then you give the examination. After passing the examination, then you most of the states 1 year experience is required in accounting field. So if you have that experience, you can go for the license procedure. Let's go ahead and get into details of this as well. Yeah, so the education requirement, so it also varies from different states. So 150 credit hours is required. That is 5 year college education, within which 24 accounting and 24 business credits, bachelor degree or higher. Few states allow 120 or less credit hours to register and pay for CPA examination. So 150 credit hours are required. That means 5 years of college education. Yeah. So uh, yeah. So maybe so if you are a BCom, then it would be like something around 120, and another 2 years if you have done any kind of an MBA or something like that, maybe a 2 years distance education from an accredited university would make that. But there are, like, if you're not postgraduate, so then too you can sit for the examination. There are few states which allow you to sit in 120 credit hours. That is, like, if you're a BCom, you can still sit for the examination. There are through, like, a few states are still allowing you to sit for the examination. Okay, cool. Then Indian BCom graduate, like, lot of people ask this question, like if I'm a BCom graduate, am I eligible to sit for the examination? So yes, you are. There are few states which allows you with 120 credit scores as well, like California, Virginia, and Tennessee. Must be a ranking university, and candidate has a first division for okay. For MT candidates must have at least 8 9, including financial accounting, audited management account to third year of BCom. So generally, if you have done BCom, then yeah. So this is like A ranking universities. It's fine. Like if accredited universities there, that should be A ranking. The other criteria is like first division throughout the study. So that is required. In case I tell you, like, I was not first division. I just BCom, and I did 1 year maybe a PGDMA from a distance, and I was eligible to sit for the examination. So let's go ahead. So if you have any questions, like if I'm just a BCom and this is my university, you can get in touch with the EduPristine people, and they would help you out. Yeah. Like here, if you see Alaska, so if you are a BCom plus MCom, if you're BCom plus MBA, then you can sit from Alaska. If you're BCom plus CA or ICWA, then you can sit from California. BCom plus CA inter, then also you can sit from. So if you are BCom and a CA inter, then also you can sit for the examinations from Alaska. Yeah. And if you're MCom, then most of the states, because MCom anyways is for 2 years, so 3 + 2, 5 years of education. So most of the states you are eligible then. If you're an MCom, if you're just a BCom, you can go, you can visit, you can talk, have a word with the EduPristine people and see, tell them your university, your marks, and they can help you. They can guide you. If you're a BCom and you have done 1 year of MBA or distance MBA, then you should be able to get it through from Alaska. Yeah. Uh, in case of any queries, do reach out to EduPristine people. Yep. Any questions till now? Okay, good. If you have any questions, there's a question and answer, I think, a panel. You can always shoot your questions there. Then learn about 55 jurisdiction. You can also visit their AICPA site. You can go to the different jurisdiction and see what all are the requirements for each states. Yeah. Good. Then I'm going to the next slide. Steps to becoming US CPA. Okay. So first you have to review the state requirements. As I told you, Alaska maybe allow you to sit with like 120 or 130 credit. The others could, most of them are 150. So if you are 150 anyways, you are eligible for all the state. So you need to see like how your eligibility would sit in. Then you need to submit your application, submit payment for examination, receive NTS. So NTS is nothing like a notice to schedule. So once you have your NTS, you can sit for the examinations. It is because as you know, these are prometric centers. These are computer based examinations. You don't need to write anything. So once you have NTS, you can then you so you have your own slots. That's what I told you. There's a flexibility to schedule your examination. It's not like there's an examination date issued by the authorities, or maybe like AICPA. You are the one who would see where the seats are available, and then you will after getting the NTS, you will schedule your examination in the prometric centers. You go to the prometric centers. These are computer-based examinations. Okay, then schedule examinations with prometric. Sit for and pass for CPA examination. Take ethic examination. Obtain work experience on the CPA designation. So once you pass the examination, so most of the states they would ask you for the ethics examinations. You need to pass that. Then a 1 year or a 2 years work experience based on the state requirement. You need to earn that, and then you can get the license and earn that CPA designation. Yeah, good. Uh, yeah, I think Seshal, you would be eligible. So even if you have done BCom and MCom distance, but those should be accredited universities. It doesn't matter it's a distance or like a regular. Yeah. So maybe you get in touch with the EduPristine, just tell them this is the universities I have like passed the examinations from, and you're quite eligible. What would be the fee structure? Maybe in the next slides we can talk about it. Yeah. So there should be some slide for that. If not, then uh, generally like it's like within $1,500, everything should be covered. Yeah, that's approximate. I'm telling you, $1,500. Yeah. Okay. Then exam structure by section. So as I told you, 4 examinations. You just need to pass the 4 examination, be it audit, be it so sorry, the audit is the first. So as an accountant, you are expected to be an audit expert. Then business environment and concepts. This is more related to your MBA stuff. Yeah, yeah, internal management kind of environment you're working in. Okay, and all those other criteria like what are the external factors which would impact your industries. So all those would be covered here in business environment and concept. Then the far, it's like the accounting. So you have to be an accounting expert to get a CPA designation. Then we know taxation is always done by the accountants, be it any country. So your regulation would teach you about the US taxation. So this is the way it is. So 70, so you can see most of them are MCQs, multiple choice questions. Then there are task based questions. So there are like there would be one essay. I'm just saying essay, a paragraph. Based on that paragraph, or a based on that paragraph, you would be asked like three or four questions. So that's like a task based. Like there's a one task which would be there, and then there are questions related to those tasks. Okay, and there are for business environment and concept, you need to write something as well. So that's written. That's where it's written communication. So there are like 2 or 3 paragraphs you need to write. Yeah, uh, what would be this is a scenario. What do you think about management accounting? So you need to write the paragraphs. Otherwise, for all the others, it's a multiple based question. So it's good for us. Now, why I say it good for us? Because it's more objective. It's not subjective. Uh, BEC, anyways, written communication, it's just like I think it's just 10 or 15% where the written comes into picture. But all the other structure, if you say it's more objective, yeah, the answer would be right or wrong. There's no scope of subjectivity from the examiner point of view. So if you have given right, if you have given like you think most of the questions are right, then probably you will. Okay. Okay. So, do we have examination centers in India also? Yeah. So recently, I yes, people are allowed to give examinations from Mumbai, Delhi. Yeah. So we have the examination centers. BCom done from, yeah. So see, yeah, yeah. See, if those are accredited university, I don't have the list of accredited universities, but because this is a university from Orissa, and if government has recognized, most probably it would be accredited university, and you should be aware. And then you do it from Madras University distance. So passing percentage would not matter because you are eligible for 150 credit hours. So that is fine. You should be, sorry. Yeah, you should be eligible. Yeah, but I would recommend you uh, uh, just have a word with the EduPristine people. And what happens with the international candidatures, because our study structure is different, there's an authority, NIES. So you need to send your transcript to them that this is the university I passed the examination. Your all the 3 years mark sheet, from like 5 years mark sheet, you need to send across to the NIES authority, and they will evaluate. They have their own ways to evaluate, and then they will give you a score. How much score have you earned? Yeah. So after like 1 or 2 months, they will issue a score, and basis that you can apply for the state. Like you can apply for any state wherever you are eligible for. So I did it twice. I did it once when I was sitting for the examination. Then I cleared one more certification in between. Then I again applied NIS. So I got like 160 credit hours. Post that. Earlier I was 140, not 150. I gave it from Alaska. At that time, Alaska was allowing us to sit for even if you have 120. Then for licensing purposes, I again, after like 3 or 4 years, I again evaluated myself. I got 160 data. So that is the authority to do that. But on a macro level, if I just see what you have written, and I believe this is all accredited university, you are getting eligible. Yeah. Good. Then going to the next one, the current version of the uniform CP examination, higher order cognitive skills, professional ethical responsibility, effective communication, professional skepticism. In addition, professional content knowledge, the AICPA will now require newly licensed CPAs to possess. Yeah, so as I told you, like you are just not an accountant. uh, there are a lot of things. Ethics is one thing which has been quite a focus for the financial professionals, because the kind of mishappenings which happened in last decade, ethics, be it any profession, be it the Indian accounting body also, there are a lot of question mark. The ethics practices are not in place, so they want people who are more professional, more ethical, especially the finance professional. I don't want to go into details. We all know what kind of a things happened in past. Yeah. So good. Then going to the next little skill levels. So good part here. What I see in CPA is you don't require a lot of long study hours. You don't need to mug up things, because anyways it's most of it is a multiple choice questions. So I have seen I don't want to compare it, but I have seen in few accounting courses you have to mug up a lot. Yeah, long hours just to mug up things, just to mug up articles, but just to mug up like regulation numbers, just to mug up even the concepts. Sometimes I've seen people just mugging up. So if you think that just cramming would help you pass CP examination, so I tell you, if you're cramming, you maybe you take 10 hours a day, and still there could be a probability that you may not pass the examination. But if you get your concepts right instead of just cramming, you will just spend 5 hours a day, and the probability to pass the examination would be very high. That's what I would say. So in these examinations, because you don't have a lengthy questions to solve, you have very short precise questions asked. You have multiple choices as well, so you don't need to mug up. Even if you remember thing, you will recollect things if you have your concepts right. Yeah, so you don't need to mug up. That's what I would say. So if you see evaluation is the utmost competency which is required to pass these examinations, and analysis, what kind of analysis you have, your mindset is have. The examination study of interrelation separate areas in order to identify cause. Application, how would you use it? And then remembering and understanding is the least one. And here also it's more like understanding. Remembering would be like 10 or 15% of the whole examination. That's what I would say. So if you are able to understand concepts, probability of passing the examination is quite high. So focus on uh, getting your concepts right, because you don't I have seen like in few I never compare, but I have to compare sometimes. So I've seen like the questions would be for 10 or 15 marks, and just you need to fill in the pages with your answers, or also you need to solve those lengthy questions where you need to practice those questions for hours and hours to get that expertise. That is not required here. You save a lot of time in all those things. So if you have your concepts right, maybe step one, this is the way I do it, this is the way I solve it. Step three is this is the way I solve it. You don't need to like repetitively practice those. Your concept should be right, and you would be able to answer the questions. Okay, without wasting time, let's go ahead. Okay, if any other questions we have, as requested, you to kindly advise which one shall I do, CPA, CMA, or ACCA? Please advise me career in 50%. Or as requested, you kindly advise which should. See, it all. See, CPA. If you compare CMA or CPA, then see, this is my own personal like analysis. Okay, it has nothing to do. I have seen a lot of CMA. Say it all depends upon person's capability. You have CMA, you can find CFO level people with CMA qualifications. So I would not say that CMA anyways is lesser, or ACCA is anyway lesser. ACCA, you will find a lot of CFOs. But I personally believe, if you compare CMA and CPA, I would not compare. CMA is like management accounting. CPA is like your strategic accounting. Okay, so a CMA would be more focused on your internal accounting, and CPA is as a licensing body. Okay, it's you get the license to practice. CMA, I don't know. CMA US, if you're asking. CMA India, I'm not telling. So definitely CPA would have better scope. Okay, I would not compare it, but if you're trying to your future in the internal management accounting world, then see you can do CMA. ACCA, CPA, I can tell you ACCA, it would be much more lengthier than CPA. Okay, it will take a lot of time. There are a lot of examinations to pass for ACCA. CPA just like for examination, you can complete it in 12 months, and you would be market ready. Yeah. So, and ACCA, I don't believe ACCA is some kind of a licensing is given. ACCA is a credential, accounting credential, which is accepted all over the globe. I know its recognition is all over the globe, but it's not like you get a license to practice or something like that. That is only through CPA. That's what I believe. So you can either go with this is the analysis which I've given you. Both are widely recognized. Now you take a choice. I've given you few pros for going to CPA. Yeah. So that's my suggestion. Yeah. If you want to do it fast, then CPA is the right answer. That's what I would say. Otherwise, credential wise, I think both are widely accepted. ACCA is no less. Going ahead, then section audit BC FAR regulation. We already told you. Remembering and understanding, you can understand. Application and analysis. So if you see, application is the one which is highly in your percentages. If you see, then remembering and understanding for audit, maybe it's 30 to 40%. And there also, if you are able to understand, that is more than sufficient. You don't need to mug up those sections. Anyways, there is the yeah. So even there could be few questions where you need to write the maybe your sections, but there would be one or two in 100 questions. So if you do that analysis, you don't need to mug up those things, considering the marks and the kind of time you will put in. And still also you get a booklet, not a booklet. You get a dictionary there, an online dictionary where you can search for the sections as well. Okay, so but it's not that easy to search sections, considering the time limit. So Going next, questions, content allocations. That is like, for audit, you can see professional responsibilities, assessing risk and planning, performing further procedures, forming conclusions. So these are few of the sections. And the so good part is, where you need to focus more. Yeah. Similarly, in the accounting world, you have like, financial statement accounts, transactions, local state governments, accounting, standard settings, conceptual framework, financial reporting. So you have those percentage allocated as well. For BAC, similarly, you can see operational management, information technology, financial management, economic concepts and analysis, corporate governance, regulation, something like a tax, yeah, business laws, property transaction, federal taxation, individual federation taxation, entity taxation, professional taxation, and their percentages. Nothing. So it's good. Like, it's more professional here. You know where to focus more during your preparations. Then, CPA examination blueprint. Okay. Sorry. Auditing attestation. So here again, which areas you need to remember and understand, which of the areas you have to apply or skill sets. So based on that, there's a blueprint as well. Yeah. So it's good. It's all scientific here. Then going on to the examination timeline. So you can apply then, after you get the so once you are once you have done your evaluation, because we are in India, our our education or university degrees have to be evaluated. So once you get your evaluation done and you have enough credit scores to sit for the examinations, then, you will get yourself enrolled for one of the states. You can apply for the NTS. Then when you are examination ready, then you need to study. Once you think you're ready for the examination, maybe, you want to give one examination at a time. So maybe you are ready for the BEC, business environment and concepts, and then, you can apply for the NTS for that particular subject. Once the NTS is with you, so you have within 6 months, you need to schedule your examination. Yeah. Typically, yeah. So once you have that NTS, so you need, be cognizant of that fact that once you are ready, then apply for the NTS, because otherwise it will get expired. So there's a fee associated with NTS, and then you can schedule your examination. And one is like, once you clear any examination, you have 18 months to complete the other three. Otherwise your credit would, go away for the first examination you have passed. So, I just to give you an example, examination, you applied BEC in June, and in July you got the result. So from July you have 18 months to pass the other three examination. In case you are not able to pass the examination, then you need to reappear for the, BEC examination again. Okay, but it's quite doable. Yeah, so I think it's doable in 12 months, not even, 18 months. Yeah. Okay. Then, going to the next, score release day. So if you take examination in April and May, and AICP examination in April, May 31st, then by August 17th, you should be able to, yeah, get your results. So generally BEC would take maybe 5 or 7 days extra, because you also write something. For all the others, it's quite objective view. Yeah. So that's all MCQs. But because in BEC you write something, so that evaluation may take, 1 week more. If you take a test on September 10th and ASCP receives September 11th, so your by September 19th you should have your, so good. See, if you take September 10th, so maybe within 2 weeks you are getting your results here. Yeah, so that's secondary. Anyways, first focus should be to pass to have thorough practice and pass the examination. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead. Maybe I take few more questions before I go for the next slide, if we have any. Okay. Okay. Actually, I had joined all three professionals in India, CI, CW, and C. Unfortunately, not able to clear all three. I have little but doubt which course can I pers. Okay. Then we'll clear soon, sir. Please advise, give me US CMA, US CPA. Okay. Okay. See, I would not. uh, uh, I would not give you like. I have seen a lot of people who flunked in CA and easily cleared CPA. Yeah, and I have seen, this is my personal experience, and this is true. Yeah, I have seen CA flunked in CPA. Both the cases I have seen. My close friend was a CA. He gave the examination. He got flunked. He again went for US. He again flunked. It's as simple as that. I have seen my live example. And I have seen a live example where a simple BCom graduate, uh, he she gave for the examination in a one go. Within 8 months, she was able to clear the examination. I've seen another scenario where person appeared for the CA examination, was able to clear CA inter. He multiple attempts, he was not able to clear CA finally. He gave the examination in first go. He was able to clear the examination. So I have seen array of examples where CA passed people flunked twice for the same examination. Okay, and people who were not able to clear examination from years were able to pass CP examination. People who never touched the CA, CW or CS books have passed the examination. So I cannot comment here that you were not able to pass the examination, so you will not be able to pass the CP examination. That is not. I have seen people passing those examinations, so I would not comment on this. It's all depending upon how much. See, even if you pass CA and if you think you would be able to clear CPA, that arrogance wouldn't work here. Yeah, so it is little different. Your application and your, because it's not just like big questions you need to solve. It is the application is a little different here for the examination. You need to put in those hours. Maybe if you're a CA, your concepts are good. Then if a non-CA has to put in 5 hours, you need to put 1 hour or 2 hours, but you need to put your efforts. Uh, just by arrogance of being some credential, if you think, so see, it's a CPA US. First, you need to recognize that it is one of the highest accounting qualification in the world, not just India or US or anybody. It's almost considered highest accounting qualification in the world. Maybe UK could be first, then US or interchangeable. So you will not get that kind of a credential so easily. You need to put that efforts, but it is quite doable, and it has nothing to do with your past. If there past failures, nothing to do with that. I would suggest that just see the pattern, see, do your analysis, then make up your mind. I would not comment on this. Yeah, and if you think USCMA would be easier for you because that's like a two examination, more like internal management, then you need to see what kind of a where you need to your approach your career, and then you take a calculative decision. I have given you live examples. Now you do your analysis and make it out. It's quite doable, and but you need your commitment. Be even if there are like few CAs here, then I need to make clear to them as well. You need to put your efforts. Yeah, you cannot get just because you're a CA and you think that maybe in last 3 or 4 days I study and clear this examination. No, you would not be. Probability would be quite less. That's what I would say. Okay, I am 37 old and have experience in audit firm, 9 years, 1 year for company finance and account. Please advise me which one shall I do. So the kind of experience you have, I think you have done the audit, so I think audit would be more CPA. Yeah, you have specific audit like subject and CPA license. If you have a CPA license, it's just like a CA here. Yeah, who does the audit, who does the strategic audit? I'm not talking about internal audit. Strategic audit, so I'm so sorry, strategic audit, I'm saying statutory audit, only CAs can do it. Yeah, in India. So similarly, CPAs are the one who can only do statutory audit for US groups. If you have to do some it, so let me tell you, like, even if if partners there in US, you have like a lot of CPAs here in India who are helping those partners do analytical research and other things, and helping them to do the audit for a group in US. And also in the internal, if you're talking about internal audit and assurance functions also, you have a upper hand if you're a US CPS compared to CMA. If I'm talking about audit, but if you're talking about accounts and company finance, then CMA is also quite relevant. Yeah. So do your analysis and then then take a decision. Yeah. Okay, good. So no, see, no certification is bad or good. It's all about what is your aspiration, which areas you want to go in. So if you want array of opportunities to be available, you need to do your own certifications. If you want a precise one, maybe you just want to do management accounting or internal, maybe internal management analysis or something like that, then CMA is good. It's quite relevant. I think it would you will be you would be rated higher than CPA because your specialization is into management accounting. So it all depends upon I tell you, maybe after I regulatory reporting and thought of going to risk management. Yeah. Let me not go into that, but I did FRM. So because FRM precisely give you that financial risk management course, but CPA would definitely give you uh, more opportunities. That's what I would say. Yeah. But now you take a decision. If you want to be more specific, you can also go for CMA. Yeah. Okay, score release date for exams. So this is like if you take your exam on or before June January 23rd, your target score release India is Feb 9th. So this is all like if you can see, yeah, June 30 by July 13. So most probably within 1 month you usually get your scores. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's go ahead. Multi-stage testing. So yeah, so this is also you can see like testlet 2B is difficult, 2A is medium, and so there's a scientific way of doing calculations. So there would be few questions which would be like difficult. So there, if you correct your answer is correct, you get better marks. It's not just one. Okay, it's not just like there are 100 questions, so each question would carry 1 mark. So based on the difficulty, like post the examination, they do their own scientific research and find that in this question a lot of students were not able to do it correctly. So and then they think that this particular question is a bit difficult, and whosoever has done it, maybe they will give 1.5 marks instead of just 1 mark. Yeah. So that kind of analysis is done by the CPA Institute after the your examinations are done. Break rule. So first MCQ. So when you are sitting for the examination, so you get your breaks as well. So first, if you are able to do your first MCQs testlet, then you have to take your optional break here, and then you do your second MCQ. Then you can take an optional break after that. So these are optional break. After first TBS, there's a standardized break, so this is not an optional. You can all you need to take this break. Then after second TBS test also you have your optional break. So I would suggest your clock keeps on ticking, but maybe after one or two, not one, at least after two, just take a like a 5 minute breather. Go drink water, come back, relieve yourself or whatever you want to do, and come back, and then sit for the examination. It sometimes it do help. Yeah. Just sitting there for hours and hours and give the examination. Even if I personally took all the optional break when I was not all the, but in my time there were not like three optional break. There was only one optional break. So I always took that optional break in all the examinations. Yeah. Okay, good. Document review simulation. So this is the way the simulation is done. You get a paragraph and then you are asked questions on that. Yeah, good. Then you can see, and also there after your like your case study, you will get the optional. You don't need to write anything. You have those answers. You need to choose the correct answers there. Yeah, good. Yeah, similarly here you can see they have given you a cash statement, uh, sorry, the income statement. Yeah. So you see that income statement, and then there would be questions asked on that income statement, and especially here if you can see they're asking for what they're asking for, that article number and other things. So these are like maybe one or two questions in regulation you generally get it, or in audit. And uh, here you cannot see it, but you get a dictionary as well here there to search for those regulation or the article numbers. It's not that easy to search it, but these are only one or two questions. Yeah. Going ahead, then examination pass rates. If you see, pass rates is quite high if we compare it with the with our own accounting body. Hardly it goes to earlier it was quite less than 10 or 5%, and now maybe 18%. That's the max which we get here in our local accounting results. But if you see here, it's quite high, almost like all of them are cumulative 55, 68% of the people passing BEC, and 54%, almost 53%, 64% regulation. It's quite high if you compare it. Yeah, almost like if I take this cumulation, it's almost goes to 60% of the people are able to pass it, or maybe 55% to be precise. Good. Okay. Okay, let me go through a few more slides. We're almost one, so then I can take a few more questions before we wrap up for the day. Okay. Why Becker? Becker, if you see, double the pass rate of non-Becker students since 2005, over 90% of Watsels award winners. So Watsels, you can so cumulative 95% or above, then you get this kind of an award. And for the past 5 decades, we have held nearly 1 million, more than 2,000 participation, local live class support through international partnership. So why Becker? Becker is is one of the oldest pioneer. I have used Becker, and most of the people use Becker. They are trusted, so you should go with Becker. And EduPristine has a partnership with Becker, and EduPristine also helps you with local live classes as well. Apart from your Becker material and Becker video classes, you have your offline classes as well, which is provided by EduPristine. So that's a good thing. Going ahead, so complete CPA. So you have this software, that's fine. So once the software is there, that software also gives you a study planner. That's there, and then you can see here, this is, so you can just watch the videos. Good part is, maybe when you are traveling, you can watch the videos. Yeah, that software could be downloaded on your mobile as well. You so you can watch your videos while traveling, or while at work. You don't during your breaks or during your lean periods in the office itself, maybe you can watch those videos. Yeah. So that's a good thing. You could be as flexible as possible. So practice, practice, practice here also. Like, good thing is, more you practice these MCQ questions, more you get that confidence. Yeah. So my first preference would be, you go through the curriculum, you get your logics right, you have your questions, get it clarified through EduPristine, or yeah, so through faculties. Watch these videos, that's highly recommendable. A lot of questions would be answered through those videos. Anyways, you have your offline classes as well. Then you do your practice. There are a lot of practice material. You do your practice slowly and steadily, you will gain the confidence. And in your practice, if you are able to score more than 80%, then your probability is quite higher to pass the examination. So if you are able to see that in the practice sessions, I am able to achieve more than 80-85% score, then you should be quite comfortable. Yeah. Going ahead, then mock examinations. I already told you there are a lot of mock examination there in the softwares. So try to complete all those mock examination for each subject before you go for the examination. There is no rush. Good part is there's a flexibility. You can give examination part by part. So once you are ready with one examination, you are gone thorough. You have done all the practice. You have done all the mock questions. You have done all the like mock apart from mock, there are other questionnaires also. If you done all those things, and you are able to do it twice, and you are getting good scores, then you apply for the examination. There is no specific date to give the examination. That's a flexibility you have, and enjoy that flexibility. Then these are the mock examinations. So mock examination would give you a simulation, uh, almost the similar way you get in the examination software. So it's a good part with the Becker. You have flashcards, you have final review. So final review was, that's what I was trying to say, there is a final review as well. Then about EduPristine, if I tell you, EduPristine is a member of Adaltem Global Education, a global education provider headquartered in the United States. Adaltem is a $3 billion, yeah, company having 9 institution companies, 16,000 employees. Yeah, it's a big company. Adal Adal Adatalum takes pride in training 142K degree seeking students. EduPristine is India's leading training providers in accounting and finance, founded in 2008. Yeah, so large alumni of 50,000 plus students, operation 6 cities, faculty pools of 600 plus, soft skills training, 100% job assistance. So you get this job assistance as well if you're going through from EduPristine. That's a good thing. And you know what kind of brand name EduPristine is, and now it is a member of ETLM Global Education, yeah, NYCE. So listed in New York Stock Exchange. Okay, go ahead. Soft skill training, yeah. So we also provide Scott soft skills training. So let me tell you, like in today's scenario, yeah, especially in the MNCs, um, they just don't look for people like who would be able to do the work. They also look for the people who would be able to mingle in the environment they are, the way of communication they have with other professionals. That is also quite relevant. I have seen, because I take some interviews, yeah, and when I go to my, I generally like, I like the candidature. I go ahead. The one question which is coming from my VP is like, no, his soft skills are not good. Then I have to convince him, yeah, it is not at that level. Maybe is at a lower level we are hiring. We can groom him. So so I need to convince people. That's my personal experience here. So but it's not always the case. If we have other candidates, we'll take the people who have better soft skills. So always and I'm talking about highly competent people who had good audit experience and also had the valid qualification. Then too, they are looking for soft skills. So that's one thing you need to work on. Yeah, in our finance professionals, I have seen this. This could be one of the areas of opportunities. So work on it. Yeah, it's good. This is one of the competencies, maybe especially in MNCs I have seen. Yeah, EduPristine course guidance and support. You can get there are frequent seminars and other things. EduPristine CPA expert faculties and their ratings. Faculties are topic experts, experienced certified professionals. Regular feedbacks are given to them. Placement assistance. There is a program there. We help build EduPristine helps build a resume. They also help getting interview preparations, placement leads. So good. So you get those. So they would help you like how to answer, and can all would also help you in your soft skills as well. So this is one good thing. Sometimes you have valid certifications, you have everything. Maybe you just in the soft skill you maybe by 1% or 2%. It's a competitive world these days. Yeah, you were not able to get through. So they would also help you in interview preparations as well. That's a good thing. Yeah, it helps. And Becker, most trusted name in CPA exam review, will make a difference. Yeah, and this is the contact number for DePristine. So for any questions, you can always get in touch in 1-800 or care@depristine.com. Good guys. So let me take the any questions, maybe two couple of questions, and then we can wrap up for the day. I'm 37. Okay. What type of questions will be there in written communication? Thank you very much for clarification and kind advice. Sorry for sir asking questions. As humble request you to provide me. I'm not able to understand you. Please advise me. Which one should I do? I have experience in audit. Yeah, we already discussed on this, Sisir. Yeah, so you take a. I would suggest that call EduPristine and get the information for both US CMA and CPA. And do your own research. Yeah, and also the EduPristine have already done their research. See which all areas of opportunities would be there if you do CMA versus USCPA, and then you take a calculated decision. That's what I would say. We already had a discussion. I gave you my pros and cons, but now you need to do your analysis. What type of questions will be there in written communication? That is primarily for business environment and concepts. So questions could be on anything. Yeah. So maybe how uh, uh, what kind of, like, if you have if your supply is going high, demand is going low, what kind of an economy would be is the market suffering from? And try to elaborate more upon that particularly economy. Yeah. or something like monopoly environment or monopolistic environment. So you will learn about these things, yeah. So they will give you a scenario and ask you what kind of an environment, what kind of environment or economic condition is this, economic environment is this, in which companies are surviving, and elaborate more about such. So you need to understand that's a monopolistic competition in which the industries are in, and what are the characteristics of monopolistic economy. You need to write those things. So something like that could come. Just yeah. Okay, good. Then so we already are 10 minutes over now. So guys, I would say without, don't procrastinate, yeah, things. Yes, you can do. If you are qualified CMA, you are more than qualified to do financial statement analysis. Yep. Okay. So as I was saying that yeah. So don't procrastinate on the things. If you think that that these credentials would help you, which definitely do, you can do your own analysis as well, do your own research as well, and take your decisions. Don't procrastinate, yeah, and enroll yourself, and I wish you best. And just before I leave, um, especially these certifications, the good thing about is these even if you are a qualified accountant here, why would you want to do it? If you're not, then anyways nothing like that. You have you then if you want to rise up, then definitely you need to do it. But if you are already, then also this certifications helps you to open that opportunities to MNCs, and other world as well. Because now if you need to think you need to think global, yeah, the kind of environment we are in, and such courses make sense, yeah. As Indian companies are also going abroad, abroad companies are a lot of abroad MNCs are coming in India. We have such an environment. So if we have like a dual certification, nothing like that. So with that, I don't procrastinate. Do your analysis, do your own research, and then just enroll yourself. Show a bit of a commitment, and probability of passing these examinations are quite high with your jobs intact. Yeah. So thanks everybody. Thanks for your time. Have a good day. Yeah. Bye bye. Thanks.